Greetings, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the Maybe Pile podcast. I am your host, as always, Kiryoku Writes, accompanied by my fantastic co-host, Mummified Tony. Tony, how are you doing today, man?
I'm fantastic this time. Ooh la la. Okay, to answer your question, I am happier than a seal on a warm rock.
So, something I didn't even know about last week that we absolutely have to talk about right out of the gate this week is the new music video uploaded by Vivzy Pop on her YouTube channel, which is Addict, taking place in the Has Been Hotel universe.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Being friends with Silverhound, I'm really excited about him getting all this notoriety and I think, what do they pass? Like 15 million views or something like that last I checked?
I've been listening to it, or watching and listening to it a lot. It's on my Spotify already.
Mm-hmm.
So checking it right now, it's currently sitting at, load please, 15 million. Yeah, right where you thought. Okay. So it's, currently sitting at 15 mil, only within a week or so of its uploading date, which is fantastic. The animation's really good. I'm not really going to do a full-on review of it or anything like that. I'm not composer, music artist, whatever. I'm not that type of person. All I will say is that the music isn't that bad. It's not bad at all.
It's pretty fucking good, in my opinion.
It's great. And the animation is spot on. But I think that I feel like the beat drop was a little dry. That's all I would say about it. That's my only critique, is that it felt like the beat drop was a little dry. It was like, the beat drop is like, it's just, like when it finally builds up, it just felt like the climax, if you will, of the song was just kind of...
Giggity.
I don't know, it was just kind of just plop. I don't know. It didn't fall flat, but the beat was solid, but the drop was just kind of meh. I don't know. But other than that, the rest of the song was really good.
Yeah, I guess. Sure. You're okay to have that opinion. It's fine. I thought you muted that phone.
I thought I did too.
For those of you listening, it went off just before we went live or started recording, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna make sure I mute that."
If you also remember, Tony, I said it's probably going to go off again because I don't think I muted my notifications, which is where all the noise comes from.
Oh, okay.
I think I just muted my ringtone and my media, and that's it. So my Bloodborne bell is probably going to go off a few more times, but
my bad.
It's basically inaudible, I think, on Audacity. I don't see the program picking it up in the little audio bar, so I think it's okay. I'm not sure.
Now that you mention it, I don't think I actually notice it when I'm editing either.
Yeah, I just don't see it. I mean, it picks up my farts, but it doesn't pick up my phone, which is really weird because the phone's closer than my ass. But the music video was great, though. The music was pretty good. Not bad at all. Just beat drop was a little disappointing, but the animation, which is what I mainly focus on, was really good, and the storytelling in the video itself was really, really cool too.
I feel like in a music video format, I sort of agree with you a little bit about the drop after after both vocal parts. It's a little bit out of place, or it just doesn't do much in music video format. But just watching the original song on Silverhound's channel or listening to it on Spotify, it holds a little bit more in. I don't know. It's like as just a song, it's like, oh, it works great. Part of a music video, it's like it's fine, it's okay. But I really like it in the music video and sort of the visual elements that they also add to the music video to present it and whatnot. I don't know. I liked it.
No, I enjoyed it too. I really do like it. I really do enjoy anything that comes out of the Has Been universe. It's not that bad at all, really. I do hope that they continue to, do as much as they can with it. I've never met Silverhound. I don't really know anything about him, but
it's cool, dude.
It seems like if that's the stuff that he produces, it seems like he's pretty okay.
I highly recommend all of his work. It's good stuff. I highly recommend that if anybody actually liked the music video or enjoyed it or, thought it was a pretty sweet song. I highly recommend that you guys go check out the remix EP that he also put out, where a couple of other friends of mine, Taps and Violet, put out songs that were remixed as well. I'm trying to think, actually. It's Taps, Violet. I know Silva made a VIP of it. Let's see. Okay, Beat Sable, Violet. Oh, Omni. Yeah, Omni also did a sort of candy flip on it as well, which is pretty good remix as well.
Yeah, it sounds like this song's been done and redone a million times.
Well, that's what Silva likes to do sometimes with big songs that he comes out with. He likes to release remix EPs where like he'll get 6 or 10 friends of his to remix the song, and he'll put out an EP to sort of like help promote other people as well as get a little bit more buzz around the initial setup as well.
That's cool.
And it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Like I said, it's got some great remixes out there. I know he did it for the Astral Dreamer song he made, the what was it, Undertale song he made. I know he did a couple of other friend remix EPs. It's a thing that a lot of people do, sort of in the industry. Go look at Mashed and Kutcher. They did a remix EP for "Say That You Love Me." There's a lot of people who are out there. It's just something that happens a lot in the electronic music genre, that every once in a while an artist will just release a remix EP, and they're pretty cool. I like them.
That's cool. That's great. I guess I'm not used to witnessing that stuff. I'm used to I'm used to my composer, Master Blastia, not Master Blasta, Master Blastia with a YA at the end. I guess apparently he was really, really well known for his LBP stuff, Little Big Planet stuff, and now he's working for me, which is really cool. What else? He doesn't really do like work with anybody else, so that's kind of what I'm used to. I'm used to kind of just like solitary artists doing their own thing. They just kind of put up what they feel like is worthy of being listened to, and they just kind of disappear back into their hole. That's kind of what I'm used to. So I'm not used to like having 6 to 10 remixes of the same song. So, but that's cool that they do that though. That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
that's just kind of a different concept to me.
I don't know. You can just get different styles and different feelings behind it, and it's just like, all right, let's do this. Or someone takes it in another direction that maybe the original artist wasn't expecting and whatnot.
I want to see a version of it done on the recorder, really.
Give me a week and I can find I can do a sax cover of it.
Play the sax.
Yeah, I do know how to play the sax, and it was one of my high school instruments.
Oh, never knew that. You learn something about your friends every day.
Yeah.
Or in my case, every week.
The one time a week we talk.
Other than me just telling you bad jokes in the DMs, which happened just last night.
Yeah, I was like, yep, you got me, Kay.
It's just bad puns. What did that? Did you get that joke at the right time or something?
I got it. It was funny.
I mean, it was. I mean, I had this pizza joke, but it was just too cheesy to tell. And I also have a joke about paper, but it's absolutely terrible. Paper tear.
Yep. I'm there.
Funny.
I got you.
I make funny. Yeah.
There.
No, I'm not. I am not a fucking comedian. No, it's there. But yeah, whatever. So going back to, I guess, the storytelling of the video, I really enjoyed seeing basically Angel Dust's origins and stuff. That was kind of cool. Like what made him want to go into the hotel, be accepted into the hotel in the first place, I guess, or accept their offer to let him stay there. I guess that's cool.
Yeah.
Then,
it does raise some questions for me about like, okay, wait, so he was this like that weird one-eyed dude, like, was that him alive, or was that him as a different demon? Do demons change their forms? I do have questions about that.
I was thinking the same thing, and I am so fucking confused, because I tried to look into the lore, but I just kind of realized for me, it's kind of hard to tell what's been a comic or something that's been released by VivziePop themselves, and what's just a fan comic, because I've noticed that the fandom of Has Been Hotel is just
blowing up.
It's really weird. Coming from the Brony fandom, that's coming from a Brony. Has Been, your fandom is fucking strange, man. You got weird people in there.
Yeah.
You got weird people over there, dude. You got weird guys over there. Fuck. So I can't really. I don't know what's fact and what's like fucking YouTube roleplay at this point. I don't know what the difference is, because you have these people doing these videos on the lore, but they're doing it like in character of their Has Been OC. So it's like, is this just their headcanon, or is this actual lore? I don't fucking know. So I'll have to like see if, I think Has Been Hotel, they have like a website, or at least VivziePop should have a website. I'll have to see if they upload like comics or something on their website. I'll have to see if they do anything like that. I'll have to get the lore straight from the source instead of relying on the fandom, because that's not gonna happen. I'll
just wait for the next episode to come out and just be like, all right, cool, next, I'm on it.
My theory on the One-Eyed Dude, my theory is that that's Cherry's father or something, or somebody in Cherry Bomb's family, considering this, that dude was a Cyclops and she's a Cyclops, so I'm kind of thinking they're probably related somehow. I mean, all I know is that bombs are expensive, and I don't know where she would get her money from, so maybe he's just like feeding her money or something. I don't know. Maybe he's funding her explosive campaign. I don't know. So that's just that's a complete guess from me, just based purely off of the visuals. That's it.
Right.
Also, Angel has a pet pig, which is really cool.
Yeah, that was actually something that was pretty nice to see. I was like, huh, cute.
Yeah, I had like a Mariana's Trench worth of speculation to the entire character.
Oh, for sure.
Not just for the pet, but just the entire video as a whole. Apparently these characters have names. Like the pimp, his name is like Valentino, I guess. And the club, I guess, that they blew up at the end of the video was his club, I guess. So Angel's in the hotel now because I guess he's afraid of, I guess, Valentino taking revenge or something. So that's interesting, to say the least. I guess that's what I get from the visuals. Also, one critique about the animation is that it's beautiful, but I feel like Cherry Bomb's design doesn't fit. I feel like they gave her too much hair. So when they animate her, it's kind of, it's a little awkward whenever I see her like running from behind, or kind of running from any angle, because if she runs from a certain angle, unless she's running towards the camera, she's just kind of a big blob of hair. So I feel like they kind of gave her a little too much hair for like animation. If she would have just been like a still character in like still art or like regular digital art, it wouldn't have been so bad, but I think they gave her a little too much hair to be animated.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. That's just what I was thinking on that. So what do you think? What did you take away from all of that?
I think it was good. I did like the video. It was pretty good. The main thing that I kind of took away from it was I liked how the story kind of like expanded and filled out, and I like the homages that I like the homage that at the very beginning, how Angel's kind of doing that whole like arm pose thing right at the beginning of the song is sort of homage to the actual music video and the original image of Angel in it, kind of like arms flapping about, whatnot. But after that, it's like, yeah, most of these movements are kind of on brand for what Vivzie puts out, and it's kind of like it's a video by Vivzie. I mean, my biggest complaint would probably be something that shouldn't even be a complaint, and it's one of those things that it's like, well, it's not what I would have visualized in my head when it comes to what would probably be the actions on screen for like what I visualize when I see the song. But then again, It's like, well, then fucking make your own thing, Anthony. Like, I don't really have much to say about it. I enjoy it. I like it. I don't know. I just can't think of a commentary or anything really to say.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it is only 5 minutes. It's just a 5-minute long music video. I mean, they crammed a lot of story into it, but at the end of the day, there's not a fuck ton to critique, because it's like what we have is like, it's like, what's headcanon information, what's actual canon information, so that's why I'm not like speculating too heavily on what it means, because I don't feel like diving down into the has-been fandom again, because fuck.
I mean, it's not like I make commentary on like a full movie release or something, or a season-long something else.
So, I mean, as we've done before, we can sit here and talk for literally an hour about a full movie. We can do that with ease. But, it's just one 5-minute video, which is, again, it's great. It's
a good video, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good video. And again, like I said before, the animation is great. It's done extremely well. And, that's about all I can say about that part, is that it's just a really good video, and I hope that they continue to push out, as much content, as much quality content as they possibly can. So that's really cool.
One last thing that I just thought of. There are actually some really great faces and outfit designs in this video. There's a lot of different poses and outfits that Angel wears in there, and I'm like, oh, hey, this is a cool outfit, or hey, this is a cool thing. Even though I think actually the one main thing that's actually pulling me back from this and being so into the music video and whatnot is the fact that Angel is probably my least favorite character. I don't care that much about Angel or what he's about or what.
Are you going to be lynched by the fandom?
It's fine. I mean, I'm not saying that, it's a bad cartoon or anything like that. I'm just saying Angel's not my favorite character. I have more interest in figuring out what the heck is Alistair's deal, or figuring out what's going to happen with the actual story of the main character, see what's going on with her. Totally agree with you. It's just Alistair's fine, or sorry, Angel's fine, and I guess it's another character to round everything out. But it's just not my deal.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I'm just saying, it just seems like it's really weird. It's because it's kind of strange, because it's if you don't have a favorite, either being Angel or Alistair, it kind of seems like kind of the black sheep of the whole fandom from what I've seen, because I've done a little bit of digging trying to figure out the lore. So it seems like if you're not a fan of Angel or Alistair, if one of those two is not your favorite character, then it just seems like you're an outcast for some reason. Honestly, I don't really have a favorite character. I'm just kind of enjoying the show as a whole, when they release. So I'm just kind of just shrug, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy what fans are doing with the characters and where they're taking them in fun comics and whatnot that they're making. There was some comic that I saw I don't know, a month ago or something like that I think it was either Alistair or Baggy was talking to Angel, and it was Angel, if you're supposed to be Spider, don't spiders have 8 eyes? And he's like, oh yeah, like this, and the spots underneath his eyes opened up, and Alistair's like, I hate it.
I remember you telling me about that before, and I haven't found it. I haven't found that video or whatever. So if you have it saved somewhere, do me a favor and send it to me, because I would love to see that.
I probably don't. Oh, I mean, I could probably dig through my Twitter, but I feel like that was months ago, and in this current climate, that might as well be a year ago on social media.
Oh well, it's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna say something. I forget. I only have one other thing to say, but it was kind of controversial, so I'll probably just keep from saying this. You can just go ahead.
Say it, and then if it goes in a weird direction, I will cut it out.
I was just gonna say I've seen a lot of comics. I've seen a lot of comics, dubbed online and stuff of these characters. The only thing I don't like is that they've taken these, from what I've seen, from my perspective, and the unfortunate circles I've traveled in on YouTube, are that they're taking these characters from Hell, which are supposed to be offensive and vulgar and stuff like that. It's literally the identity. They're down there for that reason, whatever. I don't like how they're taking those characters and turning them into basically SJW icons. Apparently Alistair is hardcore asexual, and there's a bunch of weird pride stuff going on. Nothing wrong with having your pride and stuff, that's great. But I just don't really like the fact that they're taking these characters that are supposed to be offensive and stuff, and they're making them out to be these sexual icons. It's really...
No, I totally get that. And there is a world of projection that people will do for certain characters to sort of give them a icon to talk about in this thing that they follow. Back in the pony fandom, there's a great growing surge of people who are saying that it's okay, Trixie, they're saying that Trixie is trans. And it's okay, I guess, sure. I personally am of the opinion that I'm Well, there's no plot or character evidence that supports this within canon, but hey, you know what? I'm not trans, so if you want to say Trixie is trans, by all means, go on ahead. It's not my place to tell you that you can't. But I do see where you're coming from with this, is that these are characters in hell. They are supposed to be like damned souls that have, are irrehensible figures, and they're down being punished for years and years and years because of whatever religion that exists in this world or whatever brought them to be put in this place. So obviously they've done terrible things. So putting these characters up on a pedestal, and I get where you're coming from with this, putting these characters up on a pedestal and making them icons for whatever it is that you're trying to back, whether it's a sexuality or a gender identity or something like that. I don't think these are the characters you should be doing that with.
Yeah.
Considering the fact that they're just so negative and so bad of characters. It's like, no, you guys go champion someone else. Let's talk about that. Let's go look at someone else to be your icon.
Yeah. I mean, now that doesn't mean, now obviously they're down there in hell as a punishment, and that I'm assuming that's how it works in that universe, I'm sure.
Whatever the rules of this universe is, religion or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I want to see just characters suffering for 30 minutes every time they release something. That doesn't mean
No.
That just means I just don't want to see, I mean, I can't stop it. It's just whatever. People are going to do what they want to do. That's fine. That's their freedom. That's their right. But I just don't enjoy it. It's like, I just don't enjoy like all of these characters being made, like you covered it perfectly, just being made into sexual icons. And it's like, I don't really know. That's kind of weird. And I don't really think that's what Vivzie intended, but I'm not her, and I don't know what she thinks or what she intends, so I can't speak on her behalf about that.
Right.
But I just don't enjoy that part of what I've seen. And sadly for me, the circles I've traveled on YouTube trying to research the lore and stuff, I found many, 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 many comic dubs of the Has-Been Hotel characters just made into certain sexual icons. But I've already expressed my displeasure, and we can just move on to that because, I mean, my opinion's out there now, and I'm glad that you back that up. So we can just leave that behind, unless you had something to close that particular subject with.
No, I just want I understand your opinion on it, and I don't know. It's weird. People are going to sexualize things in weird ways, and
of course they are.
If they're looking for somebody to champion, I'm like, maybe not these people,
Maybe not demons, but who knows?
Yeah. But anyway, speaking of other demons with damned souls, have I talked to you about the show What We Do in the Shadows?
Yes.
Or how? So I finished season 1, and then I am about a quarter to a third of the way through season 2, and boy howdy, is it a good show!
Really?
Oh my God. I probably the last time I talked about this, I don't know where, but I talked about it previously, and that's when I was kind of like starting my journey with What We Do in the Shadows. And now that I'm like well established in this, my knowledge is well established in this world, and I understand what these characters are doing and how they're growing and how they're interacting with each other. Oh my God, is it so good? So a reminder for those of you who don't know about what I think I actually talked to you previously about the movie and maybe not the show. I don't know.
You talked to me about pretty much everything because I think you were just starting to watch it. You saw like a couple of episodes or something. Yeah, you really dove into it.
So, the show follows these 3 vampires all living in Staten Island, and that's different from the movie where it was following 3 vampires living in New Zealand. So these 3 vampires are all living in the same house in Staten Island, and there's actually 4 vampires, one of which is a daywalker that drains energy from people, like just boring them out of their mind or annoying them in the workplace kind of thing. This daywalker, Colin Robinson, is pretty much like, well, you see, I mean, it's funny because we actually didn't invent pencils until the early 19th century, where we found that graphite actually did, and it'll just show him talking to some like human and then just like falling asleep and slowly losing it, just kind of like, and he's like, yes, he's feeding, and I'm like, oh, that's so good.
That's hilarious.
For me, recently for me, they had an episode where he was growing stronger in his ability to drain people. And it was so much great character development for this character, Colin Robinson, and what he can do as this type of vampire. Oh, it was so funny. It was so good.
I feel like if that particular character had a day job, it would either be like a librarian or like a music appreciation teacher.
No, he's typical cubicle worker.
Oh man,
filing papers and like making reports.
Absolutely no. What would it be like? No, like not like it's not like he doesn't have a personality, but it's like he has like no relatable traits. It's like he's like a pencil, like just to stretch that one part. It's like he's a pencil enthusiast, and there's really nobody around that's a pencil enthusiast. So it's he has nobody to relate to. So it's just he just talks to random people about this shit. And yeah, I totally see where that's coming from. That's hilarious.
It's so good, and he knows he's a vampire, and he hangs out with these other vampires, and they know he is too. And it's just like it's so.
What happens if vampires feed off of each other?
He actually is able to drain vampires. He is the only type of vampire that can actually drain the energy from them. So every once in a while, like the three other vampires are like, he comes walking by and he's like, "Hey guys," and it's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And it's just like he'll start being like, "Yeah, so crazy out there, huh?" And they're just like, it slows them like slowly like starting to doze off and fade because he's feeding off them as well. And it's like, stop it, get out of here, Colin Robertson. He's like, all right, whatever.
That would be like so funny. It's like, oh my god, if that guy starts talking about pencils, you just tell him to shut the fuck up. If he starts spouting random dry facts, you better tell him to shut the hell up. If he starts spouting random facts. First book was written in fuck you, be quiet. Also, I see that picture you just sent over Discord. That's got me like all laughing. It's hilarious.
It's so good.
I can see that. It's just like, yeah, pencils. I love sharpening them for 3.5 seconds in a Boston branded pencil sharpener. Yes, it's perfect that way.
And what's great about it is that he doesn't necessarily. There was a great interview years ago where. What's his name? The guy who plays Jake Peralta in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Anyway, sure about that. Andy Samberg, sorry. Andy Samberg did a great interview one time about how, yes, they have a gay character on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the captain, but him being gay is never the joke. So it's like, it's great because, I mean, sort of to put a point on this is the fact that Colin Robinson's interests and whatnot and the things he talks about are never the joke of it, but the fact that he's using these topics to sort of like drain people and drain people's energy. It's never like, oh, someone who likes these things obviously is a horrible person that never does anything. It's like, okay, well, cool. But then one of the main characters of it, or the leader, the de facto leader of this group of vampires, Nandor the Relentless, is this old, born in...
Didn't you say he was like this, like a type of Nosferatu?
No, Nosferatu was more in the movie. There was a baron that came by and lived with them for a little bit, who's like this old, dry, wrinkly, thin, gangly vampire from the old country who thinks vampires should rule the world and everything. But Nandor the Relentless looks like a normal dude with like long hair. Well, not a normal dude. He dresses very weird. He dresses very vampire-esque. And he was born in like 1250 or whatever in the Ottoman Empire from like what is now Iran. He says his home country or his homeland was Al-Qanadal or whatever. And he essentially is this like Ottoman Empire looking guy. And what's great about it is the fact that it's like, yes, the character is technically from the Middle East, and the actor that plays him, Kevin Novak, is also descended from, or is from there, or is first generation in America, whatever, not important. But the fact that he's not being portrayed as a villain or being the bad guy is really great as well. It's like, okay, you have these characters that are from different parts of old Europe, but like none of them are necessarily like bad people. They may be idiots at times. They may be like not able to adapt to modern society and whatnot. Be like, yes, I need to send the email. And it's like, okay, cool, I guess. Sure. Spoilers though. The one of the most recent episodes I watched, Nandor checks his email and he ends up getting an email about how Bloody Mary will come and tear out his limbs unless he sends this email to 10 other people. And he's just like, what? It clearly says this is not a joke. So I have to find 10 other emails to send this off to. And it just completely and totally goes off the rails, eventually getting to a point where it's like, oh, I know, I'll just start putting names in. And he puts one in and he's like, I got an email back. Oh, from who? The mail demon. It's like, no, you idiot. That's the email that comes back when you send an email to an existing email account. It's like, oh, these idiots, I swear. It's so funny. It's absolutely amazing show, and it's so incredibly well written that, if anybody has a Hulu account, definitely go check it out.
Oh man, if only I had Hulu. Fuck. I mean, I do have Hulu, but it's like behind a paywall, and I am not paying for it because fuck that.
I'm able to watch the version that comes free with a Spotify account or with your.
Okay, so you can watch that on the Spotify one. So that's the one I actually have.
Yeah, the one where you'll still get commercials and whatnot in the middle of it. Yeah. But whatever. It's fine. I mean, 30 seconds of commercials during the normal ad breaks that would have happened on TV. Sure, I am more than happy to roll with that.
Son of a fucking bitch. It's there and it's free for me to watch.
Hell yeah, dude.
I will be diving fucking dick first into that.
Oh, it's so good. And the fact that it's like Nandor and the other vampires in this house are just so good. And then Nandor's got a familiar, his assistant, Guillermo, who wants to be turned into a vampire. But it's like the first episode is like, okay, yep, I've been working with him for almost 10 years now. Today is my 10th anniversary. I think he's going to turn me into a vampire. Spoilers, he doesn't turn him into a vampire. But yeah, that's cool. It's such a good, and it's like every episode is like them trying to just live in this world and then something new coming in and they have to adapt to it. The Baron's like, hey, you need to start trying to conquer this world. So they're like, okay, all right, so how do we do that, Colin Robinson? And he's like, well, we can go to a PT or a city council meeting, and they're pretty interesting. They're a hotbed of activity with our local government, and they're like, okay, let's go. And they're trying to subterfuge the local city council meetings, and it's the dumbest thing ever. I just absolutely love it.
I definitely can't wait to take a look at that. That's what I'm probably going to watch before I hit the sack tonight. Oh, and also, I got really good fucking news in that I guess Legend of Korra is coming to Netflix. I can't fucking wait.
Sad note, the movie is also coming to Netflix.
What?
The movie we do not talk about, the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yeah, that's been on there, hasn't it?
I think so. I don't know. I haven't bothered to check.
I think that's when I was scrolling through on Netflix and I saw Avatar, I liked it, and I think as soon as I liked it, it recommended. I think that was put on Netflix at the exact same time as the animated series was. So that's not a surprise to me that it's shit. Oh well. What a fucking disappointment that thing was.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, I didn't pay to see it, so fuck it.
Yeah, I saw it in the theaters. It was.
Should have asked for beef.
I was like, I don't know. I mean, a good movie or a bad movie, I'm probably not going to ask for a refund just because it's like, well, I came in here to watch a movie, and what I got was definitely a movie. And then even the one that I've harped on the worst, the one that is absolutely the bottom of my list ever, Mile 22. Even though I fucking hate that movie, I probably would never actually ask for a refund. We're recording this back to back, 2 weeks in a row, and I have not been able to advance or see anything new on Netflix. Or anything. I don't think I've actually watched anything new outside of my YouTube videos.
I haven't seen anything that's new to me. I've just been seeing nostalgia stuff. What is it? I watched the Back to the Future trilogy. Still great. I watched the original Karate Kid, which is great. All three of those movies.
Never saw it.
Still fantastic.
Who was it that was who was making the new Karate Kid show? Was that Amazon?
No, YouTube.
What?
Yeah, the Cobra Kai.
That was a YouTube show?
Yeah, it was on YouTube Red, I believe. If it's not, I'll be surprised, because I'm pretty fucking sure it was on YouTube Red.
Hold on. Cobra Kai, 2018, martial arts, 2 seasons. 34 years after the event of All Varsity Karate Tournament went down, May 7, Networks, Netflix.
Okay, yeah, there's Cobra Kai, I think.
Oh, wait, yeah. Original Network, YouTube Red, Season 1, May 2nd to June 17th. YouTube Premium, Seasons 1 through 2, June 18th through May 28th. Netflix, 3 seasons, June 22nd to 2020 present.
Okay, so it originated on YouTube Red then.
I guess so.
Yeah, because I remember seeing stuff for that, yeah. Okay, I see it on Netflix, so I see the title, but I can't actually watch it on Netflix. That kind of sucks, but whatever, I guess.
This whole, 1 week later thing is really getting to me, Kay.
I mean, I know that I know we discussed this previously, that we have the luxury of taking a week, sometimes 2 or 3 if we have to, between recordings, because we usually have 2 or 3 in the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, what is our limit? 3? If we have 3 in the pipeline, we don't record until 1 is released?
I believe our rule we should set is that if we have 2, we shouldn't do the next one. And I'm working on episode 17 right now, or as to the people, they will understand. It's hour 17, but it's really going to be their 14, I think. I can't remember. Whatever the episode is that we're on right now.
Yeah. I think I've said this before, but for those of you listening, we'll actually have a really long recording. Like, we can have... I've seen our recordings go up to an hour 40, I think is the longest I think we've ever had.
Yeah, and that was probably last week.
We chop it down into... We just chop that down into, I'd say, an hour and 15 minutes or so, somewhere around there.
Episode 13 that just dropped was an hour 20.
That's the longest one we've done?
I can't confirm that, but let me double check here real quick.
I thought we've gone up to at least an hour and a half on recording times before, maybe.
21, 24, 5, 15, 11, 17, 4, 22, 26, 13, 22, 17. So 26 seems to be the longest. That was episode 4, the one where you talked about going to Comic-Con, and we talked about burgers and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hungry again. You said burgers, and now I'm just thinking to myself,
I did it. I triggered him. I said the magic word.
Could really go for a double Whopper right about now.
Ugh, Whoppers, gross.
Dude, I fucking love them.
Gross.
Oh, I like it so good. Whatever. I'm just a hungry bitch. That's all I can say.
Hungry bitch.
I got my employment back. I got one of my old jobs back. During these trying times, I got my old job back, so now I have a little bit of extra cash rolling in, so that's always great to have a little bit of play money, so that's great.
Oh yeah.
I got that back.
Cool.
So that's cool. Not really too much to say about it. I got my job back on the spot, because I guess for some reason they said they really enjoyed having me there, which was really cool. They just told me I did my job, and I did it really well, so that's good. That's always nice to hear, that you are valued and stuff like that. That's really great to hear. Not really too much to say about that. Just happy to have it back, and happy to have extra cash to spend and play around with and stuff like that. So, yay money! It's great. $36 highest out of 300 and something. Wow, that's not bad. That's really good, actually. Could be higher, but that's not too bad. I get what I get from mine, and that's great. So I don't really have anything to complain about right now. So that's cool. The store is still going to happen. We still want to move forward with this despite everything that's happening. So that's great. I'm definitely looking forward to opening that up and being a business partner and stuff. That's going to be great. Current opening date is October 1st. I don't know if we're going to be able to keep that. I sure as fuck hope so, because I'm pretty sure the Halloween season is going to be really, really good to open. Like right at the beginning of October, that would be fantastic for us to just open right there. That would be great. Because we would have the Halloween season, and then we would roll right off that high onto the Christmas high. So opening right at the start of that wave would be fantastic. So I'm definitely excited for that. I hope that happens. Surprisingly enough, I was watching the owner of the store. I was observing the whole process of opening up a business, and to be honest with you, it was actually really simple. It wasn't that bad at all. It wasn't hard. It was really simple and really easy. Just register it and get the permits, which wasn't hard. So just get what you need, and you're good to go. You know. And so it really wasn't too bad at all. So that was cool. That was really cool to see. That's the process. What is the stat that most 5 out of 10 businesses fail in the first 5 years or something, or like 90% of businesses fail in the first 5 years? How does that work? All I know is that it's high. Okay, I thought it was the first 5 years. Like 90% of businesses fail in the first 5, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Well, let's crack open a cold one and put on our listening ears. What do you got? Really, that was before Inside the Studio? Wow. Mm-hmm. Nice. Uh huh. Fantastic. Oh, really? I remember you tweeting about this. Damn. For like 2 years or so? But hold up, they're still real quick. Are they still accepting money for this? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. I mean, you know, I don't know. It's weird. That is so fucking strange. However it is, it is. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I don't know. It sucks if you're kicked off of a project, or hell, even if you remove yourself from something and then you see it kind of blow up a little bit, and you're like, well, fuck. Kind of wish it would have stayed. Oh God, women. Laughs in Bachelor. For me, it's fine. But that's me though. That's just me. That sucks that you got kicked off like in such a robotic manner, like just a soulless email, just pumped out, and it's just like, oh, this is how we'll fire him. Like, well, damn, at least have the guts to say face to face. I mean, if it was if it's somebody that does voices for you, and like if I had to let go of one of my voice actresses, which I wouldn't dare do because they're fantastic, I love them so much, but if I did have to let one of them go, I would at least have the balls to say, to pull them into a call or whatever, and at least tell them, look, I'm so sorry, but we just have to go in a different path. I really appreciate everything you've done, and I hope that you can work with me in a future project if I need you, or something. Whatever the situation is, I would at least try to be as respectful and at least have the guts to be direct. Jeez. I smell petty. Oh, damn. I don't believe in luck. Believe in luck, you will only have bad. That's what after love. To quote Husker, I lost the ability to love years ago. The alcoholic gambler. For some reason, the fandom made him out to be a cat. I don't know why. Like, they have him, like, chasing laser pointers in one comic dub, and I'm like, why? I don't see very many cats with wings, but whatever. Suddenly, Twitter feed is, like, filled with cats with wings. Regardless of all that stuff, that sucks that you were, again, that sucks that you were kicked off in such a robotic way, soulless email and shit. That sucks. That's fucking terrible. So, that's terrible. And it's kind of cool that you got to see a little bit of karma, that the project is just like dead in the water. Yeah. I haven't really been kicked off of any projects. I'm the one that starts the projects. Just a little bit. It's damn near impossible to offend me. You have to put in like effort if you want to offend somebody as disgusting and vulgar as myself. I am fully aware that I am offensive, controversial, and vulgar to a T, and you know what? I am perfectly accepting of myself. Now, again, my goal is to never offend anybody, but I see when I make a joke, I want to make people laugh. I want to make people enjoy the moment. I don't want to make anybody feel bad about themselves. Uh huh. Okay. That's hilarious. I mean, the video from what you tell me isn't exactly for me either, but I can see the response to all of the Karens. Like, it's kind of funny because not only are they literally called Adult Swim, and they're probably called Adult Swim for that exact reason, but it's I'll bring up the age old point of it's the parents' responsibility to make sure that the kid doesn't see stuff like that. Like, we live in the 21st century, just use parental controls on your devices. That's what they are there for. That's what they are there for. That's why they exist. That's their purpose. Use parental controls, or, God forbid, maybe have some faith in your children, depending on how old they are. Depending on how old they are, yeah, just have a little bit of faith in your kids. Just have a little bit of faith. They don't always have to be pampered and babied throughout their entire life, just like you said. Yeah, because I know probably shouldn't have done this, but my mother let me play GTA when I was a kid. I was like, God, I think I was 12 or something. So around that age where you. No, no, no. I said GTA, just GTA. I mean, I know I'm young, but damn, I'm not that young. Fucking has been. Here we go for another console, but we already discussed that. My mom let me play GTA when I was around 11, 12, somewhere around that area of age. I don't exactly remember when. It's been so long ago. So very long ago. Uh, but no, it was. I asked her when I was older. I asked her. I said, "Hey, I'm curious. How come you let me play those games when I was so young?" And she told me. She said, "Well, I know that you knew the difference between what was real and what was a game." I mean, of course, she was right. I didn't go out and hurt anybody because I knew that there's a difference between reality and video games. So, I mean, that was her reason, and she was right. She called it completely 100% accurately. So, I would just say have a little bit of faith in your kids, but whatever. I'm not a parent, nor am I like whatever you would. I'm not a good advice giver for parenthood because, yeah, I'm not one myself, nor do I ever plan to be. I feel like that's an excuse for a lot of Karens out there, is that they will say, well, his older brother plays it. Okay, fine, then just make sure his older sibling, brother, sister, whatever, then just make sure that they play it, and that your little child does not, if you don't want them exposed to it. It's, I don't know, I mean, I never understood parents that, I don't know, I just never understood the Karen mindset. I never, ever, ever fucking understood it. Ever. No, I don't even think they understand themselves. They're just angry because their child is going to be a failure. One of these days, one of these fucking days. Nah. Man, my and her name sound so similar. Fuck. Well, I mean, going back and forth between Kiryoku, Kikyo. Yeah, I can see where that would be kind of tiring, so just going by K is honestly perfectly fine. Or, as somebody used to call me, Kiri, which was rather endearing, but oh well. Unfortunately, she's not. Unfortunately, I don't talk to her anymore. I don't know where she went, but, well, thank you to everybody who listens and likes and subscribes and does everything else in between. Not much, I guess, but thank you anyway for doing it. I guess click that stupid fucking bell, because I guess that's something you gotta fucking do now. Whatever. Been a thing forever, but I still fucking don't like it. I don't like it. I also don't like how they move the comments on the mobile version of YouTube. That can go fuck itself with the cactus, but whatever. So, thank you everybody for taking the time out of your day to listen to us, just rant and ramble. Be sure to follow the show itself at MaybePilePod on Twitter. You can follow Tony here on Twitter at MummifiedTony, me at KiryokuWrites. And if you have any questions, you can just use hashtag AskTheMaybePile and we will answer them on the podcast itself. Thank you to everybody for taking time out of your day to be here, and have a good one. Goodbye.